Okay, so we finally got the official images from Lego.com about the upcoming Hulkbuster UCS incredibly expensive set. So this is set number 76210, and it's going to retail for £475, and I think the equivalent in the US. And it's coming on the 9th of November, VIP early access on 4th of November. I do wonder if this will sell out. I don't think so. So the VIP early access really isn't much of a perk. But yeah, let's forget about the price for a second. Is this mech really that bad? I don't know. I think it's as some sort of a mech fanatic myself, I do like the fact that Lego has been doing uh more mechs, more intricate mechs. Uh well, personally, right off the bat, I would rather spend 1/4 of that money on on near samurai mech, for instance, rather than this incredibly expensive Lego model that is, after all, just a Hulkbuster. But yeah, I mean, take the price aside, I think this is a solid set. So there are like 4,049 pieces, and it all goes into an incredibly large build. Like, you can just look at this image, and you can see like how tall this mech really is. It's incredibly tall. It really is absolutely amazing. I know it's not as tall as the Daily Bugle, but well, not many things are taller than the Daily Bugle, and you have to take into consideration that this is a brick build thing, and well, it's always going to be unstable. So the fact that Lego was able to create a mech that is so tall is quite remarkable in and of itself. So I do appreciate that Lego is at least trying to create these giant robotic thing that actually exists in real life now. So yeah, I mean, looking at images, I don't know, can Lego do any better? Well, beside the value department, obviously the price. Yeah, I really don't want to talk about the price at the moment, but I do feel that price would ultimately be the one thing that turned people off from this set. But as a set itself, I really don't think this is bad. It's very detailed, everything very detailed, all the way up to the chest. I think there's some mentioning of the chest being a little bit out of proportion. I don't know. Personally, I don't have a problem with that. I think it is, you know, uh, Lego scale has always been a little bit off, right? Because you have the minifigs who are disproportionate to what is supposed to represent in real life, a human being. So with that in mind, a lot of those proportional issues, so-called proportional issues with Lego sets, uh, don't seem to be too much of a problem when you take those factors into account. And I do think this mech is pretty posable. Uh, you can see a lot of images like of it, posing, and the fingers obviously can be moved. And I think there's glow in the dark feature as well. Maybe some of those are like bricks as well. So it's a pretty interesting build. Now, this thing can also be opened up. I think, as is the case with the thing in universe. And here's the hope that it can maybe fit in that Iron Man buildable figure, but I don't think so, really. Like, judging from the images, I would in any case, that would be a luxury. And I don't think it is as good as that, right? And let's be honest, the brick build Iron Man isn't selling that well either. So I wouldn't mind them not doing that feature. Another disappointing thing is, I think it's the plaque. It's still using stickers, so that's a bit disappointing. Tony Stark himself, well, not even the best rendition, honestly. Where's the leg printing? The face is probably the same, I suppose. The accessories not that great. So yeah, the value proposition is all about this mech, and it is an impressive mech, but is it worth close to £500? I don't know. I mean, it's a cool thing. It looks cool. But that's about it, really. Like it's not. Now it looks huge. It looks absolutely huge. It's a huge thing. But is it UCS kind of huge? No, not really. I mean, you should probably use that money to buy the Razor Crest. Even then, I would say it's probably a waste of money, but it is not as impressive as the Razor Crest in terms of the perceived sort of scale and intricacy, I think, because ultimately this is a mech, and you know, it does not even look particularly impressive. It's like a scaled up version of a smaller mech, which is fine, but not at that price, certainly. Yeah, I don't think it's not even that large, to be honest. I think it's definitely large, substantially larger than Nia's mech, which is already a pretty impressive engineering feat. So the fact that the Lego designers are able to pull this off is pretty impressive, but not to the point that I would consider buying it. I think it's pretty obvious that this is not targeted towards me. Yeah, just do the 360 before watching the video. Yeah, it looks. Could it be better? Well, anything can be better, but from all angles, this looks good. I'll say it's not bad. Like I can't really see any obvious errors being made. Yeah, as you can see, it's pretty impressive actually. So yeah, let's take a look at the video. I don't know. I think it's just kind of a mess act. Yeah, I wonder how stable it actually is, and also, I mean, the pieces, are they going to stick together well? Are there going to be any obvious places where things would fall apart? That's the only question that I really have. From what I can see from the pictures and videos, what you're getting is a solid, I'd say, £300 sort of thing. Yeah, 300. Let's go with that. Now, considering that Ninjago City Gardens is £300 right now, right? It used to be cheaper, but let's say it's £300 now. And if this goes for £300, I would be happy with that. Not equally as happy as I am about Ninjago City Gardens in terms of value proposition, but I can understand it. I can understand how Lego is demanding people to pay £300 for a mech when it's essentially performing a similar function to a, let's say, £100 mech, or cheaper, £75, let's say. But £475, that's way too much. I guess that's where the line should be drawn, is that it's not necessarily the case that people don't want it, I suppose. I mean, who wouldn't want a nice looking mech, especially for mech lovers such as myself? But this is way too expensive. So now we're talking about price, and I think ultimately this is what people look into. They want to have good toys, good display models. Well, I'd say this has to be a display model. I don't know how switchable it is. I don't think it is. I hope it is very stable, because then at least you can sort of justify that massive price somewhat, not completely, but at least, like I said, a £300 proposition, for instance. I would expect this to be, to a certain extent, switchable. Like, you can move this around without pieces falling apart and all that. And of course, you have all those cool lighting features. That would be amazing. That would be pretty amazing. But £475, no. Just no. Plain no. No price per piece ratio, not good. One minifigure, not good. And even you have the UCS style plague, and that helps you display it, and it's going to look cool. People are gonna be attracted by it. But I wouldn't spend that money on just to get a wow from my friends, for instance. And I guess that's that. You can buy something as big as this for like £100 or so from another retailer, from another toy manufacturer. I mean, obviously Lego has always been expensive. We pay premium prices for premium products, but this is way too much, honestly. You cannot be serious telling me to pay that money. It's very little to do with the quality of the set itself, which in my opinion is not bad. It may not be great, but I guess it's weighed down by the price more than anything. It looks good, honestly. It looks good. And people are saying that this piece be brick build or something. I don't know. Maybe, but it would not look as nice. That's what I'm saying. That's what I think. So, yeah, I don't think the issue is with the design. I think the problem is the price. And after people see the price, they have such a high expectation. Then when they see the pictures, see the videos, they don't like it, because it is simply not worth the price, period. If it was £300, I still think it's expensive, but I can understand why people would buy it. But yeah, no, just no. I don't know what Lego's thinking with the price. Well, if you set that price, you need to do better. You probably have 6,000 pieces, and maybe an entire lineup of Marvel Avengers that would sweeten the deal quite a bit without adding too much to the cost, honestly. Maybe just generic Avengers figures. I'd be okay with that. But right now, Snow, this thing alone is not enough to attract people. I think most people to pay this amount of money. No, just no. Sorry, just no. So yeah, I guess that is pretty much it, honestly. I love it. I don't know. I don't think this is flawless. It is by no means flawless, even though the price would demand that it is flawless, but it's not flawless. That said, it's killed by the price. For whatever reason, Lego decide to charge such a high price, and I think at the end of the day, they're going to have to pay the piper. They're going to pay for it by maybe offering a price discount. You've seen the Transformers idea set having a 20% off on Lego.com very soon after release, and I suppose the same would happen to the Hulkbuster. and then maybe later on in third-party retailers, I suppose, because that's just how it works. It's just too expensive, especially especially for this year when everything is going up in price and people have perhaps less disposable income on Lego. So that's it. Thank you for watching.